Well, good morning, YouTube, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this. This is Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. Today I'm out here at US 1409 because I want to do obviously an early morning activation. The time right now is, let's see here, 7:44 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm sure the title and the thumbnail gave it away, but we're going to get started talking about a resonant antenna I'm going to put up for this pod activation, something a little bit different. Let's get started right after this. Okay guys, so it seems or appears to be most PODA activators that go out, even SOTA activators, use end-fed half waves, or they use a random wire or something of that sort. I don't see a whole lot of resonant antennas. There's some guys using resonant dipoles. I have seen that. But I thought today, you know what? I want to get on the 40 meter band. I was going to put up a 29-foot random wire vertical, which you guys know I've done that video before on the channel. Thanks to Walt, actually, for bringing that up on his channel because it works very, very well. But I thought instead of doing the 29-foot, let's go ahead and cut a resonant antenna, since I have all this wire, all this speaker wire now from the 203-foot antenna I put up. I got speaker wire like everywhere. So I'm going to cut it for a quarter wave and try to put that up. So I mapped it out here this morning. No, wait, that's my PODA app, the antenna tool here. So I'm going to cut it for 7.040. So 7.040 is what I'm cutting it for, okay? Because I'm going to work CW anyway. I know this, right? I'm not much of a sideband guy. I think sideband's cool, but it's just not me. FT8 I've been playing with at home, and the only thing that I see that's extremely cool about FT8, and maybe I'll do a video on it, you guys probably already are aware that do FT8, is that like it shows you the countries that are coming up. They're right beside it, so where they're at. So you really don't have to look real hard to see if you need somebody. But anyway, it's another story. Okay, so we're going to cut this thing for a quarter wave vertical. So it's either 33.24 feet, 33.24 feet, okay? You guys know that I like to go the metric side. So we're going to go 10.13 meters, 10.13 meters, okay? Now, I could cut it for an eighth wave. It would be 16.62 feet, but let's go quarter wave to give me a better shot. I got to get this thing together. I got to get it up there, so I'm not going to mess around with the camera, show you guys that measuring wire, and you're like, oh, Jack, you could do it better. I could probably measure this picnic table and just get it cut pretty quick. But, yeah, I'll get the wire, measure it out. I'll get the DS Commander pull up. The only thing different today is that I'm going to try. I have all these, so there's 4 radials right here, okay? These are made from the 29-foot random wire heads. So these are 4, okay? Then this, if you remember this thing, this is from the DS Commander clone I was building. And, see here, how many are in here? It looks like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6, 7. There might be 6 or 7 radials here. So I'm going to put this 7 and this 4 on this antenna. Now, is it going to be cut to the lowest frequency, you know, quarter wavelength? No. It'd be pretty close, because I don't know how long these were. I think these were a quarter wavelength for 20, I think, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start putting this vertical together, get this wire cut, and I'll let you guys know what it does on the air. I'll show it to you, though, before I put it on the air, but I got to get moving before the 40-meter band closes down on me this morning. So, okay, I'm off to the races. Okay, guys, I got the wire cut. Okay. Remember I told you before speaker wire doesn't tangle? That's a lie. It tangles pretty well. Anyway, so I got the antenna cut. Now I got to see, we're going to be using I was going to show you here. In case you're not familiar with these, you should be by now, but who knows? Who knows? Working with a bad shoulder too, guys, so just let you know that. Gotta get my shoulder checked on here pretty soon. So I got the wire cut. Okay, I'm trying to see where you guys can see this. Make sure I have enough coax. I got 50 feet of coax to go over there for vertical. Okay. All right, so let's stake this thing out. I pushed one of those with my foot the other day, and I actually bent it pretty bad. But these tent pegs are really cheap. I'll have these in the description below too. And when I say that, guys, you guys know that those are our Amazon affiliate links. That's all they are. So if you care to buy from me, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything more. Just gives the a little bit more money back to me so I can do these videos. Not so much do the video, you know what I mean. Okay, so now we're going to have to hope. Okay, we're all cinched up here. So what I'll be using today is the banana clip, okay? You've seen this thing before, right? It's used for dipoles or whatever. And I think what I'm going to do is, since we're going to have radials on this thing, I think I'm going to choke right at the antenna. I just hope I got everything for this. I should have. All right, let's put the antenna up here. So what I'm going to do is start my wire, since this is rather long. Did I pick up the right end? Nope, that's the spliced end, or the stripped end, so that's the end I need for the banana clip. So we're going to this end. But what I'm going to do is on here, I like to take this and leave this hanging up over a little bit, you know, over top of the top element here. Uh-oh, that wasn't good, Jack. Got water all over my tape. Probably is not going to hold now, Jack. You know how that goes. All right, so like I said, I like to pull up over a little bit. Yeah, just give me a little bit more room there. That should be okay, though. All right. Hopefully that holds. All right, let's start getting her up here. As you can see now, I'm trying to tape the joints. You guys have seen me lose this antenna many times as far as falling down. Okay, she's up there. Perfect. I left just enough at the top, and I'll show you guys this. Take care of the bottom here. So why am I doing this? Why am I just not throwing the random wire up in a tree? Well, honestly, it's just the mere fact that I just like to experiment. So, do I think this is going to do any better than the other antennas? Who knows? So what I'm going to do now is tape this right about here. All right. Now, let's hope I have all my connectors I need to hook this thing together. Let's hope so. Okay. So obviously the driven element, if you guys never seen or never used a banana clip before, the driven element goes on the red side, okay? The radials will go on the black side, okay? The black side is hooked to the shield, right? The red side is hooked to the center conductor in here, okay? That's exactly where it's hooked. So that's why you want to do it that way. So, and what's the worst thing about verticals? Well, putting the radials out. So this is what we have so far. Like I said, I don't want to run out of time here, so I'm trying to do this quickly. So my DS Commander mast goes all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up to the tip. If you can see just a little bit of wire hanging off there. Okay, worked out perfect down here. You can see where the wire comes to, okay? So it's full 40 meter quarter wave, okay? Now, for the lower portion of the band, of course, so. All right. So like I said, today, make sure this microphone's still picking up. I've done audio, I've done videos that I have no audio left in them. So, today what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to use my choke that I built at the feed point. All right, since I have radials, I don't need to use the coax. I don't want anything going down the coax. Ground wires, BNC connector for the coax. Okay, that's golden, perfect. Good job, Jack. Now let's move on. So yeah, if you remember these radials, this particular radial set here I built for the 29-foot random wire I had, but then I took the random wire, and actually I took the random wire and I built it into that 203-foot. So, but yeah, I've been poding early in the morning on 40 meters, guys, and I've been tearing it up. But you gotta get started early. I think guys get on there before they go to work. Maybe, I don't know. I know you're like, Jack, why aren't you working? I will be next week, don't worry. School is reopening. I will no longer be at the park during the day. And we're not really days anymore. They make us feel guilty taking a sick day because they're like, you gotta get a doctor's slip. Yeah, so you know how that goes. So I usually don't take days off through the school year. Now if I get a holiday, sure. So I'm just laying out 4 radials. That's all we're gonna lay out here. And we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna throw it on the antenna analyzer because I have one, but I don't really think, for the sake of time, I'm not gonna cut it or anything right now. Yeah, that shoulder's with me, man, right here. Oh my, the shoulder hurts so bad. Helping my sister move and picking heavy stuff up for her. Then I realized the next day that I'm 61. Shouldn't be doing that. All right. Let's choke it. We're going to choke it right here. Okay. Let's go get some coax. All right. So here you go. Okay. BNC connector to the coax cable over to the choke. Let's go get my coax. I'll take you for a walk when I go down here this time. Yeah, it would have been better, I guess, if I had that wire pre-cut, but you know, it's all right. Not a big deal. All right. Let's get this out. Let's go back. I got the coax. This coax, I bought this from DX Engineering. It's pretty good. I think that POTA coax, that POTA Ultra Flex coax would be better. But this is cheaper. Well, not much. Yeah, it is cheaper, but I don't know what it is now, though, man. Everything, all the prices of everything are going up right now, so. And do I agree with it? No, I don't. I don't. Prices were fine where they were. They don't need to be up anymore. So, all right, how about we just go this way? Maybe not unroll all this. I'll need it. And see where we're at. All right, so go over here. We learned from the other video that the choke actually does help. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to cut this wire anyway. All I'm going to do with it is actually, I'll let the G90 tune it so I can get on the air. But I did bring out the handy dandy rig expert just to see where we're at here. Let's see what frequency we're out set on. This shoulder's killing me, man. Whew. Okay, we're at 14,050. So we're going to do 07040. That's kind of where I cut it for. Okay. Scan SWRs 4. See where we're at here. Yeah, it's like looks like about a 1.2, maybe a 1.4. Let's just show SWR. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So I'm going to go with it. Look at this, guys. Can you see that? 1.48. So let's call it 1.5, I guess. So yeah, I cut that pretty well. All right, let me get the radio out here and get up on the air. See what we can do here. Okay, guys, well, it is today. It's Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock. And somebody, maybe, I'm sure they probably couldn't hear me, but took over my frequency there on my POTA activation. And I believe they're doing, I think it would be the medium speed transmission. The is it MTS? Medium transmissions, medium trans speed, whatever. So anyway, that's okay, because I wanted to come back with you guys. So did the antenna work? Did the 40 meter resonant vertical antenna with 4 radials, did it work? Well, I had 23 QSOs in 27 minutes. So, I mean, that's a success, right? That's a big success. So it was really nice to get up there. I think what I'll do with this particular wire, since I have this cut now and it's tuned so well, I think what I'm going to do with it is I'll put it in a baggie when I get home and I'll label it, 40 meter vertical. Then that way, whenever I want to use it, I can just throw it up and use the antenna. I don't have to recut the thing. So I think I'm going to do that with a couple different wires now. All right. I told you I'd show you the map, and I will. So let me show you the map here. Nope, that's the map jack right there. All right, let me see if we can see the map. So if you can see the map here, how it worked out. Looks like the furthest over was Minnesota, right? Or I mean Michigan. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Michigan. Michigan? Yeah. Okay, and you go down here. Furthest down was in Florida. So was it shocking? Was it a DX killer? No. But did it work for a POTA activation? Guys, it did. And I mean, very, very inexpensive. The wire itself is nothing. 33, we'll call it 33.25 feet, 33.25, something like that. And I think it was 10.15 meters, something like that. I'm not really sure. I'll put the sizes right here on the video. You'll see them. Okay. But guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was educational. Well, not educational, but I hope it was something you could use maybe, when you're out. Like I said, a lot of you guys have gave me great feedback, a lot of good constructive criticism, and I love that. If you're using your coax as part of your antenna, so you guys know that I made the random wire, the 52 feet, 53 feet random wire. And I built my own 9-to-1 on there. Now for that, I do use the coax as the counterpoise. Okay, so if you do that, what I'm getting at is choke it at the radio. Okay, if you're using ground radials or if you're using a counterpoise, then you don't need that coax to be used as part of the antenna system. So then you want to choke it at the antenna. Okay, it could be any kind of choke, guys. You don't have to. And I used to get so wrapped up or so worried about, oh, what kind of choke? What's a choke? I need a choke. I got to buy a 1-to-1. Get yourself a toroid. Wrap your coax around there about 8 times. It'll be fine. You won't have any problems. So, all right. But thank you for watching this video. Hope it helped you out anyway. And it was fun to do it. Nice fun experiment with a 40 meter resonant antenna. 40 meters with 4 ground radials. Worked exceptionally well today, and I'm really happy with it. Glad I did it today. I've never built one of those before. So But guys, thanks for watching this video, and we'll talk to you next time. This is Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT. Your good old friend Jack. This is my ham radio journey. Guys, 73s, hope to catch you on the airways. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.